Welcome back to Horns High Studios for another episode of 666 Seconds of Metal. I'm here with Shane from Winnipeg, Manitoba. How's it going, Shane?
It's going pretty good, Pete. Ready to see the priest.
That's right. And all these videos are less than 666 seconds or 11 minutes and 6 seconds. But we're talking an absolute legend, Judas Priest. I mean, these guys are just absolutely fantastic. And I'm really anxious to talk about these guys tonight with this album that just came out on Friday. So what a day, amongst several other releases that were just killer. But these guys are legends. I mean, a few bands I could think of and put in that kind of category, and Judas Priest would certainly be one. They're the band. Yeah. They're the band that really got me into metal back in 1982 with the video for You Got Another Thing Coming on MTV. I remember seeing that with the lasers and the guy's head explodes. And I was 15, 16 years old, just like, holy shit, it was just so cool. And I've loved them ever since. And
a couple years later, Pete, I started with Sad Wings of Destiny with The Ripper. The Ripper was my first exposure, and pretty much got me started too.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, these guys, there have been some releases over their 55-year career I wasn't crazy about, but I think any band that's been around for that goddamn long, you're bound to have, some stuff you might not care for. But, like you said, a little experimentation with some different things over the years, to stay current and try what they were doing. A little more progressive maybe in the 70s, and then got, caught fire. We're going to get to that here. But, these guys started in 1969, so I was 2 years old when they started. It's just nuts to think of that. But they started out in Birmingham, England, Shane, the home of course, none other than Black Sabbath. So,
hell yeah,
working class city, and just the classic. Those two bands. My God, these guys have sold more than 50 million albums, and they struggled though early in their career with no label support, not the best production. Just really weren't able to. I've heard that they lived out of a van for 10 or 12 years, but then they hit pay dirt in 1980 with British Steel. And that, of course, really, put them into stardom because you had some radio friendly songs on there. They got some airplay. And then, of course, 1982, Screaming for Vengeance, which was just like, holy shit, man. I remember hearing the song Screaming for Vengeance, and his screaming in that is just like, wow. I mean, Rob Halford's just an absolute animal, and just love that album. And I've seen the band multiple times over the years. The first time was the Defenders of the Faith tour in 84, and then again with my son in 2005, Angels of Retribution, and then we saw them again together in 2018 for Firepower, and they were fantastic every time I've seen them. And they've had some lineup changes, but they've for a band that's been around this long, I mean, they've really not had that many different people in the band. Now on Friday, they released their 19th album, Invincible Shield, and it's one hell of an amazing Judas Priest album. I mean, 19th album, geez, and they just absolutely kill it.
That's absolutely crazy, 19 albums.
Right, wow. And what I love the most about it is it seems to incorporate all eras of the band in one album. I mean, I listen to these songs, Shane, and I hear a little Screaming for Vengeance for sure. And then I hear a little Sad Wings of Destiny. I hear some Sin After Sin. I hear different eras of the band, some British Steel. And
that's what I really liked about it too. It's just a very good mix of all the great classic Priest albums,
and it's
lots
new.
of stuff from the 80s and
yeah, and it's fresh though. That's what's cool, is it's a conglomeration, but it's got a fresh kind of icing on it. It's just fantastic.
It's fast and chuggy, just like we're used to with the thrash, and some of it really does sound pretty thrashy, like "As God Is My Witness." That's pretty much a thrash song.
Yeah, I agree, dude. That's a good analogy there. The production is incredible. Andy Sneap is just an absolute beast behind the controls. And he's also a touring member of the band since Glenn Tipton is no longer able to do so for the Parkinson's issue that he has. But Andy did a phenomenal job with this one. It sounds so damn good.
It does sound good.
Unbelievable. What I do like about the production the most is I could finally hear Ian Hill, the guy who just hangs back and just plays a simple bass line. He absolutely sounds great on this album. That Spectre bass he's playing sounds so thick and meaty. I had this shit cranked today on a road trip in my car. It sounded so damn good, and I love hearing a little more bass. And I know I'm a bass player, but it sounds thick, man. It really sounds good. Andy did such a good job bringing that out. The guitar work is absolutely stunning. Richie Faulkner is unbelievable. I'm not sure if Glenn Tipton did solos, so I'm not sure if Andy did the solos or Glenn just did rhythms. I'm not really sure, but I think it's great that the band still has him around. And obviously he wants to be there, so that's cool. Scott Travis is drumming. I mean, since Racer X, this dude has been absolutely just amazing. Great drummer, great performance. They sound good. I love the way he does his beats. I love the cymbal. He does some cool like China cymbal off-time stuff that I love. He's just great. He's just a great drummer. Now, of course, the vocals. I mean, that's what everybody, when you think of Judas Priest, it's the vocals. And so I've saved the best for last. I mean, it's been their bread and butter. Rob Halford, absolutely incredible on this thing. 72 years old. This dude sings like he's 20. I mean, god damn.
That's crazy.
Like it's 1982 all over again. I mean, The Serpent and the King, the vocals remind me of the song Screaming for Vengeance. It's fucking killer. I was so blown away when I heard this album with his vocals especially. My God, he is a metal god. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Him and Bruce, I think those motherfuckers will be singing till they're 100. I mean, unbelievable.
The one thing I got to say about the vocals on this album, though, the song Escape from Reality is kind of odd. It sounds like Ozzy singing. The tone, the cadence, everything.
Yeah, I've heard somebody else compare it to Ozzy as well. That's interesting.
Just that one song, though, so I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he really mixes it up well. I mean, he's just a fantastic singer, just as simple as that. And at 72, he's still killing it. I love the way the opening song starts because at first I was like, what the fuck is this with the electronic drums and that like synthesizer sound? And then when it kicks in, I'm like, okay, we're going to be okay here. And it's nonstop from there. 11 songs.
Did you catch the way Panic Attack ends, though? That's the cool part.
Yeah.
A little bit of Tom Sawyer in there.
Yes, I did see that. Yes. And the 11 songs, the deluxe version has 3 more, so it's 64 minutes long. Absolute masterpiece. The song Crown of Horns is a cool homage to the Priest fans, which is great. And then Giants in the Sky is,
Giants in the Sky. That's
fallen musicians.
Old school Priest right there. Very doomy.
Yeah, I really like that. And there isn't a bad song on it. My favorite tracks keep changing. I mean, it's only a few days old now at time we're doing this, but Serpent and the King probably, and Trial by Fire for right now.
Trial by Fire is a really good one.
Standout tracks, but, I don't know, Shane, if there's any you wanted to mention.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones on there. Devil in Disguise is a good one.
Yeah,
Invincible
I like
Shield,
that.
of course, is a good one. That's a total throwback song. And
right.
Yeah, got a lot of good catchy riffs and hooks and grooves on this album.
Yeah, definitely. But the metal gods have definitely, given us a real keeper here. You guys need to go check out Invincible Shield. And if it's been a while since you've listened to Priest, maybe some of the guys watching this are more in the heavier stuff, go back and check this out. I'm telling you, man, it'll bring you back to your teenage years. If you're about Shane and my age, we're in our 50s, and this is just, it hits, man. It really hits. Takes me back.
Super fun.
Takes me back to the heavy metal parking lot, Shane, so
totally, man.
Good stuff. So I'm telling you, go check out this Judas Priest album, and we'll see you guys next time on 666 Seconds of Metal.
Orange fucking high.